Hi, this video might be long. I actually don't know what it's going to turn out to be, but I cannot not speak up during these times. Because what's going on is not only in our country, not only in my state, not only in the county in which I live, but the city in which I reside. People are being hunted. There is no way around it. That is actual fact that people are not being rounded up because they're criminals. So you need to get straight on that point. They're being hunted. That's just plain and simple. And we are at that inflection point. We are at the point where you're going to think for a decade from now, which side was I on? Which side are you on? Because today, Tuesday, June 10th, I have to worry, and we all have to worry, if DJT will send in the Marines to fight citizens who are peacefully protesting. We are at the inflection point of this situation right now. I can complain and cry for hours, which I'll do, but not on camera. So I ask you, stay to the end, because I'm going to tell you some things that I'm doing, some things that you can do, and tell you how I'm thinking that this thing will manifest itself next. But first, a short story. I had a friend a year ago or so ask me, because of my clearly liberal and feminist viewpoints, he was like, aren't you afraid you're going to limit your potential future customer base? But let's be clear. If you support this regime, we are not the same. You are not my customer base. Your lack of morals, decency, and humanity do not fit within my business model. Your ability to support or be oblivious to what's going on, it's not acceptable. Because what's happening here is not a surprise. It was the rhetoric that they've been saying for years. They created I don't know how many page manifesto that they published that outlined these exact things that they're doing. So I don't want to hear the excuse, this is not what I voted for. I reject that logic because it's illogical. It's lazy and it's apathetic to the experiences of anyone else besides yourself. But I've been making plans for this eventuality based on all of that for quite a few months now. Sustainability and emergency supplies and all that kind of stuff. But yesterday I had to do something that I hadn't thought. It wasn't in my plan. I had to pull out the birth certificate of my ex-husband, which I have because it's in a bunch of old photo albums that I, of course, have ownership of. But I had to pull out the original birth certificate of my ex-husband in case he is picked up just going to work or coming home. I've been checking in on friends and families, not just to make sure that they're okay, but to make sure that their friends and family are making it home each night. This is in America, our America. And I don't want to lead with the usefulness of the Hispanic population that are being quite literally hunted right now, because it perpetuates a narrative that these human beings are only valuable to us if they provide some economic benefits, which is outrageous. It demeans their stories and their existence. These are mothers taking their children to school. These are families going to their place of worship. These are mothers taking their children to the library so they can give them moments of terror-free experiences so they don't have to think about this 24/7. There are high school seniors graduating on what would be the culmination of all of their hard work and achievements. These are lawful citizens who contribute to our society in every way. These are friends and family. These are the girlfriends that I've had for 20 plus years. They are my ex-husband and my son. It is my daughter-in-law and my future grandchild. These are my coworkers who are living their lives, going to work, helping their children through school, dealing with newborns and special needs and all the things that people have to deal with on a daily basis. The atrocities of this administration are too numerous to count. Women are dying because they can't get health care. Health care and support is being ripped from people who desperately need it. And the sheer divisiveness and terror that they are inflicting on you, our citizens, is unconscionable. They've created and pushed these narratives that are not your experience. They were manufactured to create fear within you. So this is the latest battle that we need to fight. And let me be clear, we need to fight in whichever way we are comfortable doing so. Because if we do not fight now, who will be left to stick up for you? So this is just the start of the major atrocities of this regime, or this is the end in which we can start to right some wrongs. And I'm speaking to women, white women in particular. Your rights and your liberties are next on the chopping block. Because for some reason, so many of you decided, because it doesn't affect you or your children right now, that you don't need to worry about it. But you do need to worry about it. Because they've already started stripping our rights away as women. When they took away Roe versus Wade, then they came for our voting rights. Women became too powerful for the patriarchy. So they're doing what they can to stop us. Since we started getting the opportunity to go to school, earn our own money, and have our own checking account in my lifetime, we've been creating the lives that we want, the lives we choose, and they don't like it. We talked about the voting rights. The SAVE Act eliminates the voting rights for up to 69 million women. Again, bodily autonomy, access to birth control, no-fault divorce, mothers with children with special needs, health care, equality in the workplace, access to benefits like maternity leave, the reduction of the age of consent. Think about that. You know what that's about. These are all things that were written in Project 2025. Did you read it? Because I did. If you read it and you said, yes, these are the human rights that I am willing to give up, then there's no hope for you. I'm tired, angry, anxious. I've been up since 2 o'clock this morning, not able to sleep. So here are some things that maybe you can do if you're feeling helpless. There is part of a quote that's, when you're feeling helpless, help someone. So here are some things that you can do, that if you need to ground yourself or you need to take action, these are some things that I'm trying to do. It's hard. It's hard to get motivated to do stuff when you're feeling so desperate. But here's some things. So if you're seeing videos from people on the front line of the protest, and you see peaceful protest, right? Do all the things. Engage with all of the content that supports this narrative that these are not inhumane people, that it highlights the inhumanity of the people who are sending troops into our cities and our towns. Because I fear wherever this goes, that there will be more suppression of this information. So please engage with content that you support. Create some sustainability and some emergency supplies in your home. I've been doing this for a while now. I suggest everybody does it. I live in earthquake country, so I mean, it's a no-brainer for me, but not until all of this started happening, then I thought, okay, I need to get serious about this. I would implore you that if you are a white person, use your privilege for something valuable. Get out in the streets if there are protests in your areas where you can safely do so. Do it with an abundance of caution and all of the recommendations that all the people who are experts do or recommend. Get out on the streets. Use your privilege to stand up for those people who are being harmed in all of this. I share all of this with you because I believe that silence is complicity, and I refuse to be complicit. So even if your way to support is not through video, that's okay. Find a way to help. Speak up. Show up. Most of all, I just wish all of us well. Stay awake, stay loud, stay human, because history is happening right now. And when my granddaughter asks me what I did in this moment, I want to say that I did something.